welcome to this new video in the garden. Today I am going to try and sort out my compost heaps. So I'm going to show you what state they're in now and talk you through what I need to do with them. Somewhere beneath all these pallets are carcasses of the compost heaps I started to make probably this time last year and never quite got finished with them because I had to break up these pallets to use the wood to make the door and the roof, which I just never got around to doing. So my job today, but I have started using the compost heap, as you can see. So my job today is to move all the pallets into my garden there and start to break them down. I'll have to decide about the roof on the compost heap when I know whether I've got enough wood, I suppose. So enough rambling, let me move the pallets and start to break them down, and I'll bring you back when I've got something to show you. Okay, so this is as far as I got the other day. I've sort of finished the front of this one, and now I've come back to it today. I've just had a slight problem where this seems to be moving, which has then put the measurement here out of joint, whereas the other day was fitting fine. So that might be sorted out when I put the roof on. I've decided to go with a roof on top rather than like a lid, and then hopefully when I put the posts in to put the roof on or at a slant, then that will pull this end together with this end, and that should make the front sit quite nice. I'm in the process of finishing this front here, and the reason I stopped was because my batteries ran out on my saw and screwdriver. And then I've decided with these pallets, because they're not in the greatest of shape, I thought if I can get this side off and just use this side, then that can be one roof and this one can be the same roof. So I can just take this side of the pallets off, and then we have sort of like a flat roof. And then I can just put some felt over there, and it should, in theory, be almost the right measurements for the compost heap. When I came down this morning with the fully charged batteries and I looked around at what to start with, I decided to finish off the trug I was making because I really needed the lengths of wood to finish that one, because I can make the compost heap out of bits and bobs, you know, the fronts out of bits and bobs. So I've got my trug finished, so I'll show you what that's looking like now. So here is my trug, and 2 levels on it now. I don't know if I explained it very well when I was talking through what I was doing, but this is what it will look like. And now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it might be a bit wide to go at the top of my drive, but we shall have a look when I put it in place. So all that's left to do on here now is just to paint it so that it looks fairly new. Well, not new, but it'll look a bit more presentable. And then I can just fill it with compost and get growing in it. So in between today and the other day when I started the fronts of the compost heap off, I did a harvest. So here's the harvest I got from the various bits and bobs that are around my garden at the moment. Here is the harvest I did earlier. We always have eggs every day from the chickens, usually about 5 or 6. And then I've got some spinach from around the front garden, 2 small celeriac, which leaves me with 1 left in the ground. I've got this turnip, and then these are mooly radish, so they grow various sizes. I usually end up with that sort of size really, but they go nice in a tray bake or a stir fry. Got a Savoy cabbage, and then some carrots from around the front that I grew in one of the beds at the front, and some spring onion which I also grew around the front in the bed with the carrots there. My job today is to paint my trug and hopefully break down the pallet for the roof of one of the compost heaps. But before I do that, I need to water my greenhouse and take out that pak choi that's flowered. So everything in here is doing well, just needs a bit of a water. The lettuces we are cropping a lot and they're coming in really handy, and they're growing a lot in the greenhouse at this time of year. So I just need to give everything a good water. Got some peas on the go there as well, and some spinach. But I'll do a tour of the greenhouse at another point. So I'm just going to get rid of that pak choi, and then I shall get on with painting that trug. Here is the trug in place. I've half filled it with spent compost, and I'll put some bloodfish and bone in there, and then I'll top it up with fresh compost. I've just not been able to get to the garden centre because we've all had COVID, and I'm very happy with the nice little display of daffodils there, and I'm also very happy with how the trug looks there. Originally I wanted to put it that side, but it just didn't look right that side, so it went the other side. And for anyone who watched where I was making these little step beds, they are doing the job that I wanted them to do. There's a nice little splash of flowers at this time of year, and soon I'll start planting these up, probably with onions. And in regards to the compost heaps, I have made a little bit more advancement, as in I've built the other front cover. I just need to use the angle grinder to get rid of the nails. The nails were too long, so I just need to shear them off. And I also got around to cutting the angles on these posts, so I can then put the posts in place and then put the roof on top of the posts. And I've decided to buy some felt, and I'm just going to felt the other sides of the pallets, because the pallets are not in great condition, so I can't really break them down and rebuild them. So I just figured I'll use them as they are. I took off the excess sides, and they are ready to go soon as well. I've come into the greenhouse to say goodbye because it's quite windy out today, and I'm not sure you could really hear much of what I was saying. Again, this vlog has been maybe a 2-week ongoing vlog, maybe 3-week ongoing, because things just keep happening that prevent me from finishing any jobs, which isn't ideal, but slowly and surely we are getting there. So that's it from me for today. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog of whatever I was getting up to in it. I can't quite remember now. I'm sure it was compost heaps and building. And hopefully I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing and commenting if you have done so. I really do appreciate it. And thanks for staying with me while I've not been releasing many vlogs lately. It's just I haven't been in the garden that much to do that much. So hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. All I can say about my work around the garden today is lovely job.